ambassador for the East Orlando Chamber, and we're here at Marlowe's Tavern. I'm Greg Kavanaugh from CNS. We're architects and engineers here in Orlando, and I'm going to be interviewing
Amy Vance from Junior Achievement of Central Florida, and I'm also an ambassador for the East Orlando Chamber. This is where the fun is.
There you go. So we're here at Marlowe's Tavern. Later we will have the Great Lunch Adventure. So if you're interested in having a great lunch, come down and join us. We've already got a fairly good-sized crew here, so come and join us for lunch as well.
Kickoff, I believe, is 12:30. But hey, if you're about being early, come on over.
Come on down. All right, so it's great to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see
I
you.
don't often get to chat with you. You always sit on the other side
I
of the room at the ambassadors meetings, so it's great to see you. So tell me a little bit about Junior Achievement and what's your mission?
Okay. Well, Junior Achievement has been around for over 100 years, and we actually in Central Florida have been here since 1961. And our mission is to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in a global economy. And really what we do is we focus on three different pillars. We focus on educating them with financial literacy, giving them tools so that if entrepreneurship is something that they're interested and wired for, or maybe they don't know it yet, but they learn it. We give them those kinds of tools and encouragement. And we also explore career pathways. So whether a student intends on going to college, whether they're intending on going to any sort of trade or technical school after, or they're just ready to jump into the workforce, we want to help equip them with maybe helping them find passions that they might have and how that translates into a career.
Right. Now you're a teacher.
I am.
So
I train. Yeah.
How did you come to Junior Achievement?
Well, teaching and students they've been my passion actually since I was 6 years old. I knew I was going to be a teacher.
Okay.
And when I had a career in education for a little over 25 years and decided that it was time to step out of the classroom, but I still wanted to have an impact. I still wanted to make an impact, not on only the education system, but on students and being able to inspire them and equip them to be ready for their futures. And so that's how I came to Junior Achievement almost 2 years ago.
Okay, great. So how's it been so far, 2 years in?
It's wonderful. It fills that place in my heart where that I feel like I'm helping to make a difference. I'm helping to find people out in the community that have a desire to also inspire and coach and assist our next generation of leaders.
Sure.
So it's been good. It's been good. Yeah.
So what are some of your critical initiatives or programs that happen through the course of the year?
Well, we have programming for children ages kindergarten all the way now through age 24, so post-high school.
Okay.
But I would say our focus, we've got at least one for every genre of school.
Yep.
So we've got an elementary program, and that would be, our focus would be BizTown. And BizTown is a program where in the later elementary, students have learned in the classroom, we provided them with education to help them learn how a community works together, how they thrive, how they depend on one another to make, their businesses successful, what it means to work somewhere and have to go and cash a paycheck and pay a bill if they're the manager, how they pay their staff, or oh my goodness, we have to pay the electric bill. So they're learning the ins and outs of how a community really works together but also needs each other.
Okay.
And so that's one of our big programs is BizTown in elementary. And we always need volunteers to help run those BizTown experiences, whether it's in a classroom where they turn the classroom into their community, or this year in Osceola County we are doing BizTown pop-up So we will be in Osceola for 3 months, set up stationary,
Okay.
and then students will come from their schools to our Biztown area, our pop-up,
Yep.
and they'll get to simulate that town in that big space. So we're always needing volunteers to come and kind of watch over everybody's got curriculum, everybody knows what's going on,
Yeah.
but just kind of watch over all of those businesses as the students run them.
Sure.
In middle school, our big initiative, our culminating event for 8th graders it's called Inspire. And at Inspire, after they've had programming in their classrooms that we provide, their culminating event is to actually come to a career fair.
Okay.
And so they'll come to
Resumes in hand.
Well, they actually have a passport.
Oh, okay.
And so they go and visit different kinds of career clusters. And we'll have over 50 organizations there ready with some hands-on experiences for the kids to help them understand what it is that they do. And it's really a time for students to explore their passions and how it might translate into a career when they're ready. You know, to literally see a child literally get it. Like, oh my goodness, you mean I could do that? And that's something that could be a career for me. It's just it's very rewarding. And so we try to do that before the 8th graders select their classes for high school.
Okay.
That way they can have those conversations and say, what is it that I need to be focusing on? You know, what math should I be focusing on?
Sure.
What electives would you suggest if I want to do what you do?
Right.
So having those conversations is really exciting. And so Osceola, we'll have one for Osceola. So we'll have about 5,000 students come through in a day.
Wow.
And this year we're also going to be in Orange County, where we are going to, in a 3-day period, we will be working with all of the 8th graders in Orange County. So we're going to see over a 3-day period about 15,000 students.
No kidding.
Yeah, so really excited. And not only are we going to be looking for organizations that want to sponsor a booth and be one of those inspirations, but we'll also have people needing to help us with directions and helping the kids and guide them and things like that as well. And then what I focus on is a high school program. Well, it's not a program, it's an educational model, and it's called 3DN. It does not stand for three-dimensional education, but it does stand for education for every dimension of life. So 3D is a 4-year program, and it's currently this year we will be in 5 schools: Oak Ridge, Ocoee, Osceola, and then this year our newest schools that we're adding are East River and Innovation High Schools. And the whole idea of 3DE is it kind of mirrors what the higher level education does with business schools. And these students are partnered with organizations that come in and present a real business problem that their organization is having.
Like a case study.
Like a case study. We call them case challenges. And then we will have met with that organization and we write the case challenge with them so that it's on kids speak, students speak. And then we present it. We have a case launch teacher that will present the case to the students and what it is that they're going to be solving and what the deliverables will be that they have to solve with. And they're put into teams, and much like life, every time they're put into one of these teams, they don't get to choose. So much like life, they have to learn how to collaborate and work together and communicate in different groups. And they start to work on researching the company, researching the problem, and starting to formulate maybe some ideas of how to solve that. And then about week 3, volunteers will come in from the organization and come in as business coaches. So they'll start to have conversations and kind of move around the room to all of the different groups and check in with them. How you doing? what are you come up with so far? Do you have any questions? Are you stuck? And remind them of the deliverables and how they have to be presenting. And then those kids go back and those students are working a couple more weeks. And then at the end of the case challenge, at the 6th week, we have that same organization come in and be judges for presentations. So they can come in and be just a coach, or they might choose to want to come back and see the final product. And so it's a really great experience for a 9th grader, a 10th, 11th, and when they're seniors, they actually become a consultant for a company. And they spend the entire year working with that company to formulate different ideas and proposals for solving an issue that they've got and that they want to implement. Yes, it's pretty incredible.
So how about for those postgraduates, those
we are just getting into figuring out how to work with post high school programs, whether it's working with some of our local colleges or technical schools. So that part hasn't been ironed out completely yet, but it's in the works. And if anyone has suggestions, our programs team can definitely meet with them to see how what we have might be useful for those opportunities.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, I'm Greg Kavanaugh from CNS Architects and Engineers. We're here at Marlowe's Tavern, and we're getting ready for Great Lunch Adventures with the East Orlando Chamber. I'm here with Amy from Junior Achievement, and we're talking a little bit more about what Junior Achievement does. So, can you think of a specific success story that you would want to share with us?
Yes. We have several students that in our 3DE educational model, they start in 9th grade and they go 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So by the time they're graduating, they've worked with 17 outside organizations to help solve case studies and case challenges for them. And we have an annual event called the Hall of Fame, where we honor local individuals who made an impact on the community. And last year, 2 years ago, we invited one of our students to speak at the Hall of Fame. And it was from where he was at his high school in his neighborhood over to Full Sail. It was the farthest he'd ever traveled from home.
No kidding.
He hadn't had a lot of experiences other than ones that he'd been provided with 3D. But also, he said, before I started working with these in the 3D educational model, I didn't think that my voice mattered. And now I've got all of these, C-suite people, all these managers, all these professionals coming in, not only asking me what I think, but listening to what I have to say. And he is now, he just graduated from Oak Ridge High School and will be going to an Ivy League university in fall. That one gets me, but there's a lot. There are quite a few. We actually just hired an intern to work with us that graduated from one of our high schools because of her zest for life and her passion for social media. It was funny. Every time we went to the school, I'd go to take pictures and Miss Vance, turn your phone this way. If you're gonna put it on Instagram, you have to do this, And so we saw her talent and just the way that she was able to direct other students. And we've actually brought her on, and she's working with our marketing team this summer to do some social media classes.
So, you're obviously a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
So, what drew you to the Chamber?
Well, what drew me to the Chamber was knowing that I needed to get to know as many people in this area as I possibly could.
Sure.
With my job at Junior Achievement, working with 3DE and trying to find organizations that want to seep into the lives of these students or who want to financially support our mission of working with these students and providing this, I just knew the best way to do that would be to come to the chamber. And I was right.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't, but I don't know, a couple of visits that I came. I went to the launch entertainment, like for the new members, and Stephanie, who was there as an ambassador, she said, "You should join our coffee club committee." And I said, "Ooh, okay, what's that?" And so I joined a committee. I don't think I've even been to a coffee club yet, but I love coffee. I love people, and so I was able to be a part of the committee, and I meet tons of people every month when we host these and get to see different people connect, and in ways that you wouldn't necessarily know you connected with people if you didn't get in a room and just start talking about what you do or maybe what you need, and then be able to connect those dots. So yes.
So it's been good so far.
Yes, whenever somebody new enters, my first response on social media is welcome to the fun.
Yeah.
Because the East Orlando Chamber is exactly that. They are fun. They are family. I had been gone for a few weeks because of some work, some travels, and when I walked in, it was legitimately like I had just walked into my home. Like I am home, you know, and
I'm
so
with my people.
I'm with my people. So yes.
Good.
Yes.
So if you were to think of like a challenge that you face or your organization faces, like what's an obstacle that you're working to overcome?
Well, being a nonprofit, we have to really depend on outside organizations to help us. And of course, we will always welcome monetary gifts. We will always need them to support what we're doing because the schools are not paying for these programs to be implemented in their schools. But what we need more than anything are volunteers. In all those programs, in whether it's elementary, if it's middle school, if it's high school, whatever people are most interested in. I was just talking to someone a minute ago who said, if you need an energetic, enthusiastic instructor to talk about taxes, I'm your guy. I never thought that energy and enthusiasm would
go with
together
taxes.
with taxes,
Right.
But I am absolutely going to take him up on that.
Sure.
So I would say for me personally, it's volunteerism, finding enough people to come in and spend 1 to 3 hours, depending on what they're volunteering for, with a classroom of students. And, you know, it's funny, people get really nervous. If they're not used to being with students, they might not know that they have much to offer. But we provide everything anyone will need except your experience.
Right.
So you get the training, you get any materials, even questions. Here's a couple questions you might ask if you don't know what to do or what to say.
Sure.
And we just want people coming with their background knowledge and their enthusiasm to share what it is that they know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Am I talking you into volunteering? Is that it?
I'm kind of feeling like I might, yeah.
You heard this right now, live. Yeah.
So how do you measure success in yourself, as an organization?
We have more than tripled our reach into students, into schools over the past 2 years. We've also, in our department alone with 3DE, today, July 1st, or 2nd, it's our second day with our expanded team, and we have literally tripled in size because of the reach and because we want to do a good job of what we do. We want to provide adequate support, adequate training, adequate, hoorah for anyone who does help us.
Sure.
So I think that from one standpoint, that is a success that we have. But I think more than anything, when we speak to a student and we have seen them grow, personally, educationally, professionally, when I hear students that are ambassadors at their schools, when they say, um, I've learned so much about myself, or I've learned so much about the things I didn't know I might want to be a part of.
Sure.
Being able to inspire a student to believe in themselves, I think is probably at the end of the day, it's what wakes me up in the morning and gets me to work every day, is knowing that we're making a difference in the lives of the students, so that when they are not, it's kind of like having your own child, you raise them up to be able to let them go and soar. And that's kind of what we do at JA, is we provide as much as we can, as many tools as humanly possible for the students to be able to take, to learn, to implement in themselves, to explore, and then they go. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm Greg Kavanaugh from CNS Architects and Engineers. We're here at Marlowe's Tavern for Testimonial Tuesday. We're getting ready for our Great Lunch Adventure, so if you're hungry for some good food, come on down to Marlowe's Tavern in Waterford Lakes, and you'll get to meet us all.
Yes, you will.
And of course I'm with Amy from Junior Achievement. It's great to talk to you so far. I have a couple of other questions.
Okay.
So, think ahead, dream a little bit.
Oh boy. Okay.
Where would you like to be as an organization in 5 years, if you had to, dream out loud?
Well, we actually have 5 counties that we are able to be a part of: Orange, Osceola, Volusia, Seminole, and Lake County.
Okay.
And because we aren't big enough to adequately reach them all and provide them all with the training they need and the support they need, we haven't been able to really flush out everything we could do in all of those counties. So I think in 5 years, to be able to take what we're doing in Orange County and Osceola and to really, really be able to cultivate and grow Volusia and Lake County and Seminole counties, so that we can provide all the same opportunities for students in all of those counties. And I have no idea how number-wise that would be, but we would have to be much bigger too, just to be able to provide that.
So more staff?
More staff.
Money? Like, what do you need to get there?
We'll always need funding, because we because of being a nonprofit, we are always looking for organizations that align with us and want to contribute to education and want to contribute to student futures and entrepreneurs, and so we'll always want financial and always need financial assistance, and then I would say just always wanting to be able to have more schools, more teachers, more administrators that truly believe in what we're doing and see what it is that we do and want to support it and want to be a part of it. And organizations that want to come in and donate their time.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Oh, so on that point, if I'm a person watching this video, I'm a business leader in
Yes.
the East Orlando area,
Yes.
And I want to get involved.
Yes.
How would I do that?
Oh, such a great question. We are waiting currently for all of our school calendars to be finalized.
Okay.
So I can tell you months that we'll need specific kinds of volunteers throughout the year.
Yeah.
But anyone who's interested in volunteering with us or learning more about it or wanting one of us to come in and share the opportunities with their organization,
Sure.
They can reach out to me at avans with a Z at jacentralflorida.org, or they can go to the Junior Achievement website for Central Florida and click on volunteer and put in their information, and then we'll reach out to them and have a conversation. You know, some people really don't want to be with little people, or some people are more comfortable with middle school students or high school students, and so we want to hear what it is that you want to be a part of,
Okay.
and then we will make that happen. And some people just say, "What do you mean?"
Right.
And we'll be able to do that as well. We have in 3E, in the high school program, we have 6 different companies that are they're national partners of ours. So they go to Junior Achievements all over the country with their cases.
Sure.
So they can't always send volunteers because they may not have a home office in Central Florida.
Right.
So we're also looking for companies that they might not financially be able to support us, but they can support us with their time. So they can say, sure, totally, I've got 7 volunteers to help you. Absolutely. Tell us what we need to do and how that needs to happen.
So that would work for a large company. Let's say, we have a small business, or maybe even a sole practitioner. Someone who's an attorney, or a CPA, or an architect. Like
Yes.
And I wanted to get involved. How
Yes.
would that work as a one-man show?
Absolutely the same way. If you were to tell me what it is that you enjoy, what age demographic you like, or your area, where you live, or where you spend most of your time, we can find a school that's close by that needs a volunteer.
Okay.
We also have something called Career Seeker Series that can invite a professional in, and they can share what it is they do, how they got there, their professional journey, their educational journey, and it just helps expose the students to possibilities. So yes, one-offs, but we like to have kind of a bank of volunteers who say, oh, these are the days, these are the times that I'm most available, because sometimes as life happens,
Sure.
we've got people scheduled to go, and then they call and say, I'm sick, or I have an emergency meeting, and then we need to find someone to fill that spot. So we are always open for taking information for volunteers.
What kind of time commitment is it?
I would say, depending on what age or what kind of a program, I would say 2 to 3 hours at the most would be the max. So if it would be, and it would just be one time for 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how many classes of students we have. So there's that opportunity, and we'll be for sure able to kind of vet a volunteer. If they say, hey, I've got 2 hours, what can I do?
Sure.
Okay. I know we only have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So I didn't want to end our conversation, and thank you very much for all the questions. Isn't this guy great? Without telling you that we have a big fundraiser coming in December, which is super exciting because it's the non-sweaty time of year.
Right.
And we are actually having a golf tournament. It's called Driving Dreams.
Okay.
And we are going to, we're going to host, it's at, oh goodness. I don't even remember where it is.
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you on that, but it's on our website. It's at Shingle Creek. Thank you, Dorothy. But it's also on our website, our Junior Achievement Central Florida website. Folks can sign up to sponsor a team for the fundraiser, the event. They can come in as just one person and get put on a foursome.
Yep.
So we would absolutely love to. This is our first time doing. We've done them at like Top Golf type places, but we haven't actually done a true golf tournament before. So we would love, love, love to invite everyone out for that.
Fantastic. So to give people one more chance to reach out to you, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, you can go to our website at jacentralflorida.org, or you can specifically email me at avanz@jasfl.org.
And when's this fall?
It's in December.
December, date to be determined.
3rd.
3rd? 13th?
Oh gosh, no, I'm wrong. Wait, Dorothy's helping me. 6th.
December 6th.
Yes.
All right.
December 6th.
Mark your calendars.
Please, or call me. Thanks, Frank.
It's great to chat with you.
Yes, great to talk to you as well.